the people that say things like, I never asked you, you know what I'm saying? I never asked for that. I never asked you for this. I never asked you for that. But those people that say stuff like that, they still end up taking what they so-called never asked for. That's just another level of selfishness that is deeply rooted inside of a person. Like, for instance, if I have somebody like say, hey, I'm gonna take your I'm gonna pay your bill, put your bill on my tab. I'm like, no, I'm good, I appreciate it though. No, I'm good. I got it. And I stand on that and I don't take it. I put myself in a position to where nothing ever be thrown in my face. And not only that, if it's not something that's thrown in your face, somebody can be like, I did this for you, I did that for you, and you know what I'm saying, you can't do this for me, like a manipulative tactic to just be like, I did this for you, I did that for you, you can't do this for me. Like, I'm not, because if I say in that moment, I didn't ask you to do that, you did that supposedly out of the kindness of your heart, then, you know what I'm saying, that person gonna be like, but you took it. So I'm very, very watchful of people that are being on the receiving end of that when you are a good person. You are a good person at heart, like genuinely, you are a genuinely good person. You're a very giving person. You're very, my heart is really big. I always say that I used to say, oh, I'm the mean girl with the big heart. But I stopped saying that a long time ago. I stopped saying that. But I am, the girl rough around the edges, but with the biggest heart. Most loyal friend, one of the most loyal friends that you'll ever have. If you know what I'm saying, get me like that. If we grow into that, one of the most loyal, dependable, loving friends that you'll ever have, whether you keep me around or not, right? But on the receiving end of being such a server, I have a servant's heart, and being such a giver, you're bound to be taken advantage of, and you're bound to be used and taken for granted. And like, even though people don't ask, people still take. And we gotta, I guess, it's hard to get if you're an empath, it's hard to get that under control. It is possible though. After being hurt so many times, after being used so many times, it's possible to getting that empathy under control, but it definitely takes practice. And unfortunately, with practice, it's through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? It's when you have been hurt, it's when you have been betrayed, it's when you have people have turned their back on you. So at that point, it's pretty much too late. But it's still a lesson to be learned. So I don't know who this is for or who this can encourage, but if you're feeling like you're pouring more into a relationship, regardless of what type of relationship it is, friendship, romantic relationship, business relationship, classmate relationship, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Whatever type of relationship, and you feel like you're pouring more into that relationship, and you're really not, when you sit back and think about it, you're like, they really not pouring into us. They really not pouring into our relationship. They're not really pouring into us until the only time that you see them pouring into the relationship is when it benefits them. Oh, they're really present in those moments that is benefiting them. You may want to pull back. You may want to take a step back, and you may want to reevaluate. Should this person be this close to me? Should this person be in my life? And if they your so-called friend and they so-called claim that they love you, they so-called claim that they got you, you should be able to come to them about it, and y'all have an honest conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, this is how I feel. This may not be your intention. It may not be, what you're intending to do and intending to make me feel like, but this is how I feel in our relationship. You know, I don't feel like you show up for me as I show up for you. I don't feel like you pour into the relationship as much as you pour to me. Because I'm telling you that, you know, once crap hits the fan and the dust settles, and you seeing, you know, like, dang, they really don't pour into me. They really wasn't pouring into they really don't pour into our relationship. You know, it's a very hurtful thing. It's a very hurtful place to be, and you feel extremely devastated, humiliated. You know, people have left me feeling lower than the dirt my mama in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just part of life, because people are very, very fickle, and that's just who they are. People are very selfish. You know what I'm saying? And but sometimes our empathy and being an empath gets us into these little pickles, because we want to be found guilty of being gracious, showing grace, working things out with people, because we know people have walked through things with us and getting us. I can remember a time where, oh my God, oh Lord, I always say I'm a handful, but I always tell people I've come such a long way from who I was. And my managers in particular, they can actually vouch for it. When I used to work at a Christian child care facility. And so if they ever see this video, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But I gave them hell. I gave them people hell. My mouth was horrible, like saying everything that come to my mouth. And, you know, I still have to watch. I've come a long way with allowing Holy Spirit to bridle my tongue. Especially with what I'm dealing with right now, because but it was a mess. I was a mess. But I was walking through life and walking through some things in life. I was much younger than what I am now, and it's just, they were very, now one of the managers, she was actually going to fire me. Again, this is a Christian childhood facility, right? She was actually going to fire me because she had enough of me. She had enough. And my director at the time, she said to her, did God tell you to do that? Did God tell you to let Erica go? And, you know, she just sat there and she was just like, she had to be honest. And she was like, no, he did not. He did not tell me to let her go. But she's too much. You know what I'm saying? So to this day, you know, every now and again I'll get a message from either one of them, you know, because they are on my Facebook pages, and they've seen the growth over the years. And I know, you know, people that know where you've come from, you know what I'm saying, they can talk, when they can talk about your growth, you know that it's really growth. People that, especially people that you put them through things, you know what I'm saying? And so they've always said, I'm just so proud of you. If God can change you, he can change anybody. Like, you know, I just remember when, you know, like, so I've tried to show that same grace with others. And, you know, some things are just like deal breakers and things. I know I'm not telling y'all to just deal with anything. Because some stuff is just absolute deal breakers. It's a no-no. I ain't dealing with it, and you shouldn't deal with it. Like, some things are just no. Flat out, no. But how are you ever going to grow and learn to grow in relationships if you don't walk through the trenches sometimes with people? But you have to know when people are using you to get through a season. Using you for whatever they can get out of you, because selfish people will squeeze the life out of you if you allow them, and they'll use anything and anybody to get through a season to where they actually where they're going, or where they would rather go, or whatever. They'll do that. So that's what we have to, as being an empath, that's what we have to be mindful of. And don't get ahead of God. Even if God showed you something, and God showed you that person should be in your life, supposed to be in your life, or whatever, make sure you do not get ahead of God, and make sure you pace yourself. Make sure you pace. It's so hard to pace yourself when you love, people that love actually love hard and love for real from a deep place. You know what I'm saying? It takes forever to get over something, you know, because you poured out so much. Because everybody don't pour out a lot when it comes to love. Some people just don't pour out. I said selfish people, it's hard for them to pour out. You know what I'm saying? The way that somebody that is selfless and that is a servant, that has a servant's heart pours out. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And anybody can learn to love well. You know what I'm saying? But some people, I feel like, are just born and taught to, I always say, my mom's heart, and my dad loves like this too, or whatever. You know, my parents' heart of forgiving quickly and, you know, restoration and all that, what they poured into us, it's like bittersweet for me. It's a blessing and a curse, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like some things that I see people do and they go to sleep at night doing, like the way that they can hurt somebody, the things that they can selfishly do, and the things that they do to people, and they just go on and go to sleep at night like it's nothing, and like it's just, you know, hey, you know what I'm saying? Some people feel like, you know, I said sorry, so it's okay. You know, I'm okay because I said sorry, so I feel better about myself. But, you know, people are still left with picking up the pieces. And that's the part that, you know, people don't really care about. You know what I'm saying? There's no conviction or remorse about leaving somebody where they have to pick up so many pieces of the damage that you left behind to them. So, but with us being mindful of, now, like I always tell people, I'm not my mama. I really do try to be, because she truly had the love of Christ, man. She truly had. And I have the love of Christ too, but I have some growth in error. Like, it's just some things I just don't be understanding. Like, I be like, how can you? I'm not perfect, but it's just some things I would never ever do to somebody. Ever. I would never ever do it to somebody. I don't use people. I just would never do it. Like, it's some things I would never do. And some things that people do to folks, I just be like, where did that come from? How did that get in your spirit to be okay doing? You know what I'm saying? So with being an empath, I just have to know when, man, and when you do have a feeling of I'm being used, I'm not being really poured into, and a person is claiming that they're trying and this and that, and there's really no action behind it, you have to make a move quickly. Empaths, we hold on until the bitter ends, and the end is very bitter. Very bitter. But we are the type of people that we don't give up on folks. It's hard for us to leave somebody hanging. It's very hard. Like I started a new part-time job, and I really enjoy it. I really do. I'm still a freelancer part-time, still doing that, but needed some more stuff, some more income. Like freelancing, if you're a freelancer, you know how freelancing can be. It's unpredictable. You can be really booming in one season, and another season it can kind of be okay, and then another season kind of slow down. Like it's different moments and seasons of freelancing. So I needed, you know, that extra consistency to fill in the gaps or whatever. So started a new part-time position, and it's a new store that's open. I've worked retail before, but I've never opened a store. I have moved locations, but I've never opened a store. So, and it's very exciting, and just the whole process and everything like that. And for you employers out there that feel like people that work in the office can't do general labor, you need to rethink that. Please rethink that. Because I work with people, I believe I work with different, I think I work with another project manager, but I work with people that work in corporate office, people that are managers somewhere else. They got a whole team. I work with a lady that works at a bank, but not I think the mortgage side of the bank or whatever. Like, I work with people that's in corporate America, and we are opening this store, baby. And our manager is like, man, I really love working with each and every one of y'all. Y'all just come in and just do, like that's just what we do. So rethink when you see applications. If you're a hiring manager, this is a little intermission here, and I'm gonna get back to what I'm saying. I'm gonna let y'all go. So if you are somebody that's hiring somebody and you feel like they work in the office, they this and that, and they saying they don't work on Saturdays, or they don't work on weekends, or they don't work on Wednesdays, or whatever, try to work with their schedule. Because I promise you, some of the best workers are your part-time workers that come in for their extra money. And some of them last a long time. I know some people that have been working part-time. Like I worked at the Toll Alphas part-time for 3 years, but they furloughed us when the pandemic hit, and then wanted us to come on full-time after that. I was like, they got rid of the whole part-time night shift. I was like, well, I can't come on full-time because I have a full-time. So, and they wasn't gonna be paying me what I'm making anyway. So I'm trying to think, would I have stumped? Because this kind of ties into what I'm talking about being loyal. Like some people, they say they loyal and they this, but they're just loyal who they're loyal to. Some people are loyal to a fault. Like that's who they are. Like they are loyal. And I probably still would have been there, but God wanted to pivot me. I would have never learned the world of freelancing that I've learned these last 2 years. These last 2 years as a part-time freelancer, and all the little things that I've done, like it's just like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? And I love my co-workers at the toll office. I love working with them. We were like a family, man. We really were. But it was time for God to elevate me in a different direction. And I say elevate because I've gotten so much on the job training these last 2 years part-time with stuff that I would have never got hired for had I not worked with the company that I work for. So just because I work through the company I work for, I'm automatically qualified and I get on the job training. So I get in here and I see that it's really not that hard. You just do me some training. I come there a few shifts and I'm good. I have been offered so many part-time jobs. It's ridiculous. But I maintained my position with my company until I got with the company that I'm in now. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So don't y'all just, feel like folks that work in corporate America, we behind the desk, that we don't know how to do general labor, because we do. We know how to take that suit off or that business casual outfit off and put on our t-shirt and our black and our non-slip shoes and work in the kitchen or whatever it is that we're gonna do. We got it. But anyway, like I was saying, just know what season you're in and know how to pace yourself. That's what I was talking about. Knowing how to pace yourself and not getting ahead of God. Sometimes getting ahead of God is either going to slow down the process of what is going to manifest and what is going to come to fruition, or it's going to, which is delay, or it's going to mess things up altogether, right? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's just not going to go the way it needs to go. But just don't get ahead of yourself, because sometimes God is working things out in people that sometimes you may, can slightly get in the way of Him doing. And in the process, you get kind of, you get your heart hurt, your heart broken. So in your process, doing life with somebody and working things out and working out things and working out the kinks of y'all relationship, that's not going to be peaches and cream all the time. And that goes for any relationship. Even if, some people I've never had a problem with ever, but there has been times that I've had to have like a serious conversation, and we good after that. And some people, when we talk about those covenant relationships, it's just a little bit different. Just a little bit different. You know, because that person becomes your family. Like that you put them in a space of your family. You know what I'm saying? And somebody that is meant to be in your life forever, for a lifetime. You know, y'all gonna have everybody that's still in my life. Every last one of my friends, we have had some type of serious conversation. You know what I'm saying? We've had some type of, now some of us have had spats. Even me and my best friend, we've been best friends since we were 14. We're 39 now. We just turned 39 last month. Both her and I. Our birthdays are a week apart. We had a spat last month. We had a spat last month, and I had to go back and apologize to my best friend because I really hurt her feelings, and I wasn't trying to. I was not trying to. But I was tired, no excuse. I was tired and irritable and frustrated. It had been working, and I really needed to go home and get refreshed, and then try it again the next day. What we were trying to do, but the next day was way better. The next day when we linked back up, it was way better. It was a way better experience, and that's my best friend for life, man. Everybody knows that's my best friend for life, and we don't talk every day. We don't see each other all the time. We live probably, her and I live about 40 minutes away from each other, probably. You know, but when I need her, she's there, and vice versa. You know. So, I hope I said something. I hope I don't sound like I'm all over the place. Somebody may say I am, but I know where I'm at. And those that know and get it know where I'm at too. So I hope that I said something encouraging to those that are out here as my fellow empaths. And I've come a long way with my empathy. You know, I really have. Because at first it just was like I had no boundaries with it. You know what I'm saying? Just okay. You know, borderline just wanted to people pleasing, to be loved and to be accepted and be this. Now I can give a hill of beans if you accept, like, people in general. Now people that are close to me, of course, how they feel and how I make them feel matter to me. Of course, how it'll weigh a toll on me. But somebody that I don't know and that misunderstands my personality, or somebody that I've never met, of course, I'm not just out here trying to offend nobody or, you know, anything like that. But what I'm saying is, people that are my company relationships, of course, what they say about me, what they feel about me, what they see in me, it does matter. You know what I'm saying? And how I make them feel, how we leave each other's presence, how, you know what I'm saying? It does matter. But I don't care what, this is a general statement, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Whether you think I'm pretty or not, whether you think I'm a good person or not, because I know what I walk in, and I know who I am, you know what I'm saying? And those that may try to discredit you, the only people that really can discredit you is people that have experience with you. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell somebody that has been your friend for decades that they don't know you. Now, we don't know what each other does every second of the day, every moment of the day. No, we're not with each other like that. But you cannot discredit the words of covenant relationships. And if somebody sees something in you that is just, it's not cool, you know, it's a moment of constructive criticism, and they're saying it in love. Our friends, you know, are those type of relationships make us better. And sometimes those are the most challenging relationships, because it sees right through. It sees through us. Those type of relationships, those covenant relationships see through us. And we become very vulnerable with those relationships, but that's gonna help us grow, not just with each other, but as a person. You know, and a lot of things that people run from be the things they really need to run into. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all have a good and blessed day. I still have, I don't know, less than an hour of where I'm going. So it's been, after I got through that little pickle that I get through it's been a peaceful ride, and it's always a peaceful ride when I'm taking a little time from the city, man. 'Cause Dallas is so freaking busy and crowded and just, oh my God, so crowded. I can't wait to be able to move to the country whenever I can, whenever everything, you know, falls into place like it's going to. So y'all have a good and blessed day. I'm gonna get back into my what I was listening to. I was actually listening to Thursday night Bible study replay from Corona Ministries, and I'm finished. I'm almost done with it, so it kind of got me through my ride. So yeah, let's listen to that, and then I'm gonna go and enjoy my god sister and her family, which is my family, and we do this for each other, man. We drive, you know, this is a 3-hour drive, but it's like, so what, you know, because we do that for each other. They've driven for me all my life, starting with my high school graduation, just to come and be supportive, be part of a memory. Like when you love somebody, you say you love somebody, and you don't ever show up for them. Not just all the time showing up for them monetarily. Oh, I'm gonna send you a gift. No, being present in people's lives matter, especially if it matters to them. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. Presence versus presence. Presence versus presence. That's another video for another day. That's something that I'll probably have to do another day. But presence matters. Presence, they're cool, but presence matters a lot. It matters a lot, man. It matters a lot. And, you know, people show up for who they want to show up for. And, again, they're not showing up for you. That's just something that you got to question. You got to really question that. Even though you show up for them. You know, I just, it was some things that I have missed with them, because I was working, or I had something. I know I had something in the podcast, which, you know what I'm saying, I've taken a step down from the podcast, and, you know, but I've missed several things. I'm like, mainly because I'm always working. So I'm like, no, I'm tired. I worked a double yesterday. I work a double tomorrow, but I'm going. Even if I'm going for a couple hours, a few hours, I'm going to put the gift in his hand. And my god sister's dad, which is, it's crazy because I call her her parents my big brother and big sister, because they like a big brother and big sister to me. But she's my god sister, like on paper in the Kojic church. She is on paper as my god sister. She is my god sister. If you know, you know. You raised Kojic, then you understand what I'm saying. She is my god sister. So that is my family, man. That these people are my family. So yes, if my schedule permitted, and I'm like, yep, I'm tired, but I'm going. I'm running late, but I'm going. So, but anyway, y'all have a good and blessed day. See y'all in the next video.